The first time I spent over $500 on a watch, I was freaking out. It is a very high price point, especially for new collectors. But today, we're going over my top picks for watches under $1,000. What's going on, guys? My name is Anthony, and this is Watch With Me. First of all, thank you all. We have hit 1,000 subscribers. It took me exactly 1 year and 4 months to do so. Longer than most, shorter than some. Nonetheless, I am super proud, very happy, and I'm thankful for all of you for deciding to subscribe and stick with me. I appreciate it. At the end of this week, we will be posting the winner of the Seiko SRP. Super excited to announce that. But enough of all that. Let's get into my picks for the top watches under $1,000. So first, I'm just going to go ahead and say these are some of my favorite watches under $1,000. I'm not saying they're the best, but this is more or less to guide new collectors into approaching the higher price point and being able to get much more for the money rather than just going with a name brand. So that being said, of course, we're going to be talking about Microbrands, and number one, we're talking about Balltech. Balltech is a French company. They are hand assembled in France, but obviously they're using parts from all over the world. We're talking about the Bicompact. The Bicompact is a 38mm chronograph that's paying homage to vintage watches of the past. I personally love a chronograph with no date, and that's what you're getting here. It is using a Seagull movement, which is a Chinese replica of a Venus 175 movement. A very reliable, very much mass-produced, manually wound chronograph movement from the past, and a Chinese company has replicated it. Balltech decided to use this for their chronograph to bring a very aesthetically beautiful movement that's manually wound, keeping the watch case pretty thin, and you can even upgrade it and get an exhibition case back so you can see the movement. They are using a Hesalite crystal, so it is prone to scratching but can be buffed out. It makes the watch very lightweight, really pays homage to that chronograph of the past. That's why it's on my list. Is it hands down the best movement you can get at this price point? No, but I think aesthetically driven, this is one of the best watches on the list. I love the size. 38mm is perfect. It fits really well on the wrist. I've seen these firsthand at Worn & Wounds in the Chelsea market in New York City. Very cool watch. That's why it's on my list at just over $600 with the exhibition case back. If you don't do the exhibition case back, it does fall just slightly lower than that. Next, if we're talking about any watch list, you know there's going to be a Seiko on the list because they are responsible for making some of the best watches, and it doesn't matter what price point. But obviously today, talking about watches under $1,000, we're going with the Seiko SPB, the 103 or the 101. I'm going with the 103 because I love a green dial, and I even came out with a video saying how I think green is the new color of the watch industry. Link down below to that video. But this one in particular is slightly oversized at 45mm, but it is a fantastic design. 45mm, just under 13mm thick, and of course it is a diving watch, so it is water resistant. It has a sapphire crystal, a rotating bezel, and it does have an automatic movement made by Seiko. This is the 6R35. Now, they state that this watch is plus or minus 20 seconds per day. Not the most accurate timepiece, but I know many people that have these watches and say they keep much better timekeeping that is advertised. When it comes to Seiko, you are getting so much for the money. You're getting reliability, you're getting history. The Seiko name is just as recognizable, in my opinion, as Rolex. Now, obviously, Rolex is perceived to be at a much higher level, but now with Grand Seiko coming about, really getting more popularity in the US, the Seiko name in general is being risen with that. I personally love all Seikos. I really don't think there are Seikos out there that aren't worth the money. I think they offer so much more bang for the buck, and this one in particular does come in at under $900, but this watch is so beautiful in the metal, and I really think for someone looking to spend this kind of money, this could be your one watch. It is slightly bigger at 45mm, but for someone looking for a sporty watch, this could be your one and only watch, and I think you'd be very happy, and that's why it's on my list for the top watches under $1,000. Let me know what you guys think of the Seiko. Next, we're talking about McGretti. Now, McGretti, I've done many different videos on. They are a micro brand out of New Zealand, and they are responsible for making some of my favorite watches from any micro brand in the world. The one we're talking about today is the Mono-Pacific Waterman GMT. Quite the mouthful. It's a very long name, but it is a fantastic watch. My personal choice would have been the bronze version, but that is sold out, so it's not making the list. But the one we're talking about today is the stainless steel version, and I like the one with the all blue bezel, all ceramic. I like a Pepsi, but you know what? In my opinion, the Pepsi bezels are getting a little bit played out. And if you choose their Pepsi bezel, it is not ceramic. So I opted for the stainless steel version with the all blue ceramic bezel. The movement in this timepiece, they did upgrade it from a Salida or even a Miyota. That's why the price point is a little bit higher. But you are getting an ETA 2893-2. It is a GMT ETA movement. Very happy with that movement. Reliability is fantastic. And in terms of servicing, it's very easy. You're not going to have to send it back to New Zealand if it's outside of the warranty. Anyone will be able to fix it for the most part. What I also really like about this watch is it comes in at 42 millimeters. Now, a lot of McGretti watches come in at 44 millimeters. They're slightly oversized. But this one in particular, I really like that it's a 42 millimeters. It is slightly thicker, but that is because it's a water-resistant watch up to 500 meters. One of the great things about McGretti is that they are very low production micro brands. So they are one of the only sources to buy their watches that I know of. I don't know any other websites or stores that sell their brand. So it's really manufactured directly to the consumer, which I like. That helps keep the price down. And when it comes to micro brands in general, what you're getting is top quality materials at a much more affordable price point because you're not really paying for advertising, for salespeople, for commissions. So that's why a lot of micro brands I think are a great choice in terms of getting a lot for the money. And McGretti offers tremendous value. This one comes in just under $900. Really, really cool watch. I keep saying I'm going to buy another one. I am, and I will do a review on here, but fantastic watch. I don't think anyone would be disappointed with this. So the final watch we have is the Hamilton Khaki Pilot Premier Mechanical on a leather strap. A very long name, yet again. Now, what I really like about this watch, and then it won't be for most people because it does come in at a 36 millimeter. But if you have the opportunity to try this on, please do so. The case is slightly oversized for 36 millimeters, and it comes with the leather NATO strap. It wears much larger on the wrist. You need to try it on. 36 millimeters sounds very small on paper. I think most of us will be very surprised if you throw it on the wrist. This one in particular wears very, very well. The first thing that I am drawn to on this watch is the beautiful dial. They are using an aged Superluminova. They have a distressed dial that has a little bit of grain texture on it. It's just really paying homage to a piece from the 1940s and 50s, which I really like. And I think that matte colored black dial with the brown leather strap is a perfect combination with the brushed case. Now, Hamilton advertises this as an H50 movement, but it is an ETA movement. The ETA movement is a 2801-2 mechanically wound movement. So it's not an automatic watch, so you will have to manually wind it. But the thing that I was most shocked when I first saw this watch months ago, it has an 80-hour power reserve. That is unbelievable. You can wind up this watch and have it running for 3 full days before it stops. That's a fantastic perk to any mechanical watch. I have so many different mechanical watches that go dead after a day, day and a half. To have 3 days would be really cool. Chances are, if you have this watch, you're going to wear it more than every other day. So you just give it a few winds every 3 days. Easy enough. Very cool watch. This one, like the McGretti, comes in at almost the exact same price at just under $900. But what I will say about Hamilton is they have a very long history of watchmaking. They came out in the 1800s. That's even later than Rolex. Rolex came out in 1905. Hamilton came out in the 1800s, which is pretty cool. They have what brands would die for, and that is watchmaking history. To be around that long and still relevant today, you have to be doing something right, and many brands are dying to be able to have something like that that they can tie back to, and that is history. And when it comes to watchmaking and at this price point, I think history is a very important part of watch buying, and that's why this is my #1 choice on the list. That is it, guys. Please let me know what you think of my watches. What are your favorite watches under $1,000? If you haven't seen my other video, I do have a video of my top watches under $500. Go ahead and check that out as well and let me know. But that is it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned. We are doing the giveaway for the Seiko. And until next time, guys, take care.